What happens when country music royalty meets daytime television drama? When a beloved legend sits down for what should be a routine interview, but instead faces an ambush that shocks millions of viewers. In just 31 seconds, Jennifer Hudson would make a comment so inflammatory, so deeply personal, that it would transform a simple chat into television history and reveal the true character of both women involved. This is the story of how Reba McEntire, the queen of country music herself, walked into what she thought was a friendly conversation about her latest projects, only to find herself under attack from a host who seemed determined to tear her down on live television. What started as pleasantries quickly spiraled into something much darker, something that would leave audiences questioning everything they thought they knew about daytime talk shows and the people who host them. Picture this: Reba McEntire, dressed in her signature elegant style, settling into the plush interview chair across from Jennifer Hudson. The studio audience is buzzing with excitement. Cameras are rolling. The lights are bright and warm. Everything seems perfect for what should be a delightful conversation between two powerhouse entertainers. But sometimes, what appears perfect on the surface hides something rotten underneath. Jennifer Hudson opens the interview with her characteristic smile, the kind that has charmed audiences for years. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm here with the incredible Reba McEntire. The audience erupts in applause, and Reba waves graciously, her warm smile lighting up the studio. Thank you so much for having me, Jennifer. It's always wonderful to be here. So Reba, Jennifer continues, her voice still pleasant but with something lurking beneath. You've been in the entertainment business for what, 40 years now? Reba nods, still smiling. Something like that, yes. Time really does fly when you're doing what you love. And in all that time, Jennifer says, her tone beginning to shift almost imperceptibly, you've managed to stay relevant. That must be difficult for someone your age. The words hang in the air like smoke. The audience grows quiet. Reba's smile falters just slightly, but she recovers quickly. Well, I think good music is timeless, don't you? Age is just a number when you're passionate about what you do. Jennifer leans forward, and now there's no mistaking the edge in her voice. But let's be honest here, Reba. Your last album didn't exactly set the charts on fire, did it? Some might say your time has passed. The studio falls silent except for the uncomfortable shuffling of feet and clearing of throats. Reba straightens in her chair, her professional composure intact, but her eyes showing the first flash of surprise and hurt. Every artist goes through different phases. Reba responds carefully, her voice steady despite the unexpected attack. I'm proud of my recent work, and my fans seem to enjoy it. That's what matters most to me. She's trying to maintain her dignity, trying to steer the conversation back to safer ground, but Jennifer Hudson isn't done. Your fans? Jennifer repeats, with a slight laugh that sounds more like a scoff. Most of whom are probably collecting Social Security by now, right? I mean, when was the last time you had a #1 hit? When was the last time young people actually cared about your music? The questions come like daggers, each one designed to cut deeper than the last. The audience is now visibly uncomfortable. Some people are looking around nervously. Others are shifting in their seats. This isn't the feel-good daytime television they signed up for. This is something else entirely, something cruel and unnecessary. And Reba McEntire, seasoned professional that she is beginning to realize that this interview was never meant to be friendly at all. Jennifer, Reba says, her voice taking on a firmer tone while still maintaining her grace, I'm not sure what you're trying to accomplish here, but I came on your show to have a nice conversation about my work and my life. If you're not interested in that, perhaps we should wrap this up. She's giving Hudson an out, a chance to course correct and salvage what's left of this train wreck. But Jennifer Hudson doubles down instead. Oh, I'm very interested in your work, Jennifer replies with false sweetness. Especially your acting work. Tell me about your sitcom. How does it feel to know that most people only remember you for playing a mom on television rather than for your music career? The attack is relentless now, and the mask has completely fallen away. This isn't journalism or entertainment. This is a public humiliation attempt, and everyone in that studio knows it. Reba takes a deep breath, and for the first time in the interview, her legendary composure shows signs of cracking, not from weakness, but from righteous indignation. Jennifer, I'm going to stop you right there. I don't know what's gotten into you today, but this isn't an interview anymore. This is you trying to tear me down for reasons I don't understand. The country music icon sits up straighter, her voice gaining strength with each word. I've been nothing but respectful to you and your show. I came here as a guest, not as a target for your personal attacks. And frankly, I'm disappointed in you. Her words carry the weight of decades of experience. of a woman who has faced challenges and overcome them with grace. Jennifer Hudson's mask slips further, revealing something ugly underneath. Personal attacks? I'm just asking the hard questions that other interviewers are too polite to ask. Someone needs to address the elephant in the room about your declining relevance. She waves her hand dismissively, as if Reba's concerns are insignificant. The elephant in the room? Reba's voice rises slightly, but it's controlled, powerful. The only elephant I see here is your unprofessional behavior. I've watched your show before, Jennifer. I know how you usually treat your guests. This isn't you being a tough interviewer. This is you being cruel for no good reason. The audience begins to murmur among themselves. Some people are actually starting to boo, not at Reba, but at their own host. They came to see Jennifer Hudson, but they're witnessing something that makes them uncomfortable. They're seeing their daytime television darling reveal a side of herself that's neither charming nor entertaining. Cruel? Jennifer laughs, but it's a harsh sound that echoes strangely in the studio. I'm being honest. Something this industry desperately needs more of. You've had a good run, Reba, but maybe it's time to step aside and let the new generation take over. People like me who actually connect with today's audiences. That's when something shifts in Reba McEntire's demeanor entirely. The politeness remains, but underneath it is steel forged by decades of fighting for respect in a tough industry. Jennifer, I want you to listen to me very carefully. I've been in this business since before you were born. I've sold over 75 million albums worldwide. I've won countless awards. I've built businesses, raised a family, and yes, I had a successful television show that people still love and watch today. Her voice grows stronger, more commanding. But none of that is why I'm sitting here today. I'm here because you invited me to share my story, to connect with your audience, to maybe inspire some people. Instead, you've chosen to use your platform to try to diminish me. That says nothing about me and everything about you. Jennifer's confidence wavers for the first time. The audience is now openly supportive of Reba, some people actually applauding her words. Jennifer tries to regain control. Look, I think you're being a little too sensitive here. This is just television. This is just entertainment. Just entertainment? Reba's eyes flash. Is that what you call deliberately trying to hurt someone who came here as your guest? Is that what you call using your show as a weapon? Because if that's your definition of entertainment, then we have very different values, Jennifer. The camera operators don't know where to focus. The producers in the control room are probably having panic attacks. This has gone so far beyond a normal interview that everyone involved knows they're witnessing something unprecedented. And through it all, Reba McEntire maintains her dignity, while Jennifer Hudson's behavior becomes increasingly indefensible. I built my career on respect, Reba continues, her voice now carrying the full weight of her authority and experience. Respect for my craft, respect for my fans, respect for my fellow artists, and respect for myself. What you're doing right now shows a complete lack of all of those things. Jennifer tries to interrupt, but Reba holds up a hand. No, I'm talking now. You've had your say, and you've used it poorly. I want your audience to know that this isn't how professionals behave. This isn't how you treat people who have paved the way for artists like you. And this certainly isn't how you honor the platform you've been given. The studio is electric with tension, but it's a different kind of tension now. Instead of the uncomfortable energy of watching someone being bullied, there's the powerful energy of watching someone stand up for themselves with class and strength. Reba McEntire is showing everyone in that room, and everyone watching at home, what real star power looks like. Jennifer Hudson's face flushes red, and her carefully constructed television persona finally crumbles completely. You know what, Reba? You can sit there and lecture me all you want, but the truth is the truth. Your time is over. Country music has moved on without you, and frankly, so has everyone else. The words hang in the air like poison, but instead of breaking Reba down, they seem to strengthen her resolve. She stands up slowly, gracefully, every movement deliberate and dignified. The entire studio watches in stunned silence as this legendary woman prepares to do something no one saw coming. Jennifer, Reba says, her voice calm but filled with unmistakable power. I want to thank you for showing everyone watching exactly who you really are. You invited me here under false pretenses. You've spent the last several minutes trying to tear me down for your own amusement, and now you're doubling down on behavior that would embarrass a child. She begins to remove her microphone with steady hands, never breaking eye contact with her host. I've been in this business long enough to know that some people use their platforms to build others up, and some people use them to tear others down. Today, you've shown everyone which kind of person you are. Jennifer Hudson scrambles to regain control of her show, but it's too late. The damage is done, and everyone knows it. Reba, please sit down. We're not finished here. You can't just walk away from an interview. Reba pauses in removing her microphone and looks directly into the camera, speaking to the audience both in the studio and at home. Ladies and gentlemen, I came here today to share some stories, to talk about my music, and to hopefully brighten your day a little bit. Instead, I've been subjected to a personal attack by someone who apparently thinks that's entertaining. Her voice grows warmer as she addresses the people directly. I want you to know that this isn't what I stand for, and I hope it isn't what you stand for either. We can disagree with each other. We can have different tastes in music or entertainment, but we should never deliberately try to hurt someone just because we can. The audience erupts in applause, a standing ovation that goes on and on. Some people are actually cheering. Others are wiping away tears. In this moment, Reba McEntire isn't just a country music star. She's a symbol of dignity, grace, and strength in the face of unprovoked cruelty. Jennifer Hudson tries desperately to salvage the situation. Now wait just a minute. I think everyone is overreacting here. This is just a normal interview. This is just how television works. But her words sound hollow and desperate. The audience isn't buying it anymore. Reba finishes removing her microphone and sets it gently on the chair. Jennifer, I genuinely hope you take some time to think about what happened here today. I hope you ask yourself whether this is really the kind of host, the kind of person you want to be. Because right now, you're showing the world something very ugly. She turns to leave, but then stops and faces the audience one more time. To everyone who came here today expecting to have a good time, I'm sorry this turned out differently. You deserve better. You deserved a host who knows how to treat guests with basic human decency. As Reba begins to walk toward the exit, Jennifer Hudson makes one final, desperate attempt to maintain control. She stands up from her chair, her voice rising to an almost shrill level. You can't just walk out on my show. This is my show. You agreed to be here. Reba stops and turns around one last time. And when she speaks, her voice carries the authority of someone who has earned every ounce of respect she commands. This is your show, Jennifer. And after today, everyone will remember exactly how you chose to use it. The silence that follows is deafening. Reba McEntire walks off the set with her head held high, leaving behind a host who has revealed herself to be petty, cruel, and unprofessional. The audience continues to applaud until she disappears from view, their message clear. They know who the real star was in that room. Jennifer Hudson stands alone on her own stage, facing an audience that no longer supports her. Cameras that captured every moment of her professional downfall, and the crushing realization that she just made the biggest mistake of her television career. In trying to diminish a legend, she only succeeded in exposing her own character flaws for the world to see. The credits would eventually roll, but nobody in that studio would ever forget the day they watched Reba McEntire show the world what true class looks like, and the day they watched Jennifer Hudson throw away her reputation in pursuit of cheap entertainment that wasn't entertaining at all.